They sure did ring the Dinkster, I tell you, they did ring the Dinkster. So, who's ready to do a bit of painting this evening? My name is Buck Tyrannosaur, and I am the guy who, well, you most famously know me from my death scene in Jurassic Park 3. Ha! Yes, that old spiny boy got me silly. He snapped my ruddy neck on camera, and everyone thought I was a different T-Rex, but no, I was the same one, the exact same one, I tell you.
Hello everyone, good evening. Well, let's get some music going. Hello everyone. Hello Dino Park Media, how you doing, man? Hello Big Shark, Hot Creamy Fart, Jurassic Unicast, Mike Tharm, Gary Pfeiffer, Tom Jurassic and Chainsaw Fan. Welcome guys, thanks for coming at the beginning. I was usually stream on Fridays, but last night my wife and I randomly got tickets to the circus the last minute from our neighbours who got sick and couldn't go. So we had free tickets to the circus and we thought, why not take the little one? And it was great. We got home early. We actually got home before 9, so technically I could have jumped on and started streaming, but I was too tired and, you know, so... but yeah, so I figured tonight, plus Saturday nights. I did a Saturday night recently and it was a lot of fun. A lot more people around us, clearly, as we can see. Bear in mind though, tonight my wife is out. So I'm on baby duty. I am looking after the little one. She is currently sleeping in her crib. You can kind of see her there. So I'll be watching her. And if she wakes up, I'll have to go and sort her out. But yeah. Gary says, whoa, Jack. I just sent you something depressing on Instagram and you're live streaming now? Or did it inspired to play Ballad of Goddess. My phone is on like 2% battery, and that is currently all the way over there. So I will have to see it after the stream. Jurassic Unicast, thank you for the tip. He says that intro deserves a little gift. Is this James or Steve? Who's here for Jurassic Unicast? Anyway. Right, okay, let's get painting. So, we're up to this shot here. I'm not going to explain what's going on here. It's pretty obvious, but at the same time, I don't want to explain it because I don't want to give too... Even though you're seeing some stuff from episode 4 that's quite like, woof, I don't really want to give you like the context, really. Hello, Steve. There you go. Yeah, so... Tom Jurassic says, oh, damn, I better leave. No, don't worry. You're alright. You're alright. You're not going to get the context of what's like leading up to this shot. It's just I've got to that point where I'm like, I'm just drawing spoiler stuff, because if not, I'm just never going to get things done. So, oh, actually, I need to duplicate this layer. And I need to change it, so... Oh, that was the reaction to Steve being here, I get you. Hello, Jurassic Production. Marul says, haven't joined for a while, you're getting better and better, can't get enough of your style, thank you very much. And hello, Jurassic Hero. Yeah, I wanted this shot to, like, give a very old school dinosaur look. So almost like it looks like it's standing upright. Skinny Devil Lord, dude, how you doing? That intro will has to be canon if the Buck says it himself. Yeah, exactly. By the way, for people that don't know, Skinny Devil Lord takes the best 4K screen caps of Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom and the other Jurassic movies I've seen, especially Jurassic World. Manages to capture some really, really awesome stuff. Many of which I've actually got saved on my camera roll on my phone, and just so I can look at them from time to time. So, yeah, if you haven't, go check out his Instagram channel. I believe it's the same name. Right, let's get this guy done. Actually, we're gonna do this. Ooh. Cut out his top jaw. Drakehouse says Jurassic World is just a bad movie. Nah, it's an awesome movie. Tom Jurassic says Jurassic World in general is just stunning and no one will ever tell me otherwise. Dude, it's a gorgeous movie. You watch it in 4K, it's something else. Yeah. Drake Hart's like, no. He's like, Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, boo. Boo. All the Jurassics. Jurassic Park 3 the least, but all the Jurassics are great. Who doesn't have fun with all of them, hey? Only sourpusses. Only sourpusses don't have fun with at least all the Jurassic films. Drake and Hart says Jurassic World is too much CGI involved. Too much awesome CGI. Jurassic Hero asks, do you prefer the Jurassic World Dominion opening scene to be re-edited as 100% accurate to prevent any complaints for the lack of Nah, I don't care. Just leave it. I personally don't care. I think the opening, what they did was great as it is. Drake and Hart says, but it doesn't scare you. I mean, for me personally, I've never been scared by a Jurassic movie, so that doesn't, for me personally, that doesn't really factor into it. Like they can set up shots to be as like tense as possible, but I've never personally ever felt scared by any of the Jurassic films. Not even really tense. I think the closest I got to that was probably not including the one I can't talk about. No, I can't. Aside from, I can't talk about my answers. It's all down to personal preference, Drake and Hart. Like, I watched Jurassic Park and all thought an Alien and God knows what when I was a kid, so I was a bit desensitized to a lot of stuff, so I didn't really care. So for me, what makes a Jurassic movie good is not if it makes you scared or not. There's different factors. Hello, Cretaceous Leonard. Hello, Alex Allen. He says, I like your series. Thank you very much. Jurassic Unicast says, I feel that age plays a lot into the films. As a kid, I was petrified of Jurassic Park. Now I'm older, it doesn't factor in, but my kids are just as scared of Jurassic World as I was of Jurassic Park. Yeah, exactly. It's different for everyone. So... Actually, I tell a lie. I think the actual Jurassic film I was scared of was Jurassic Park 3 when I was a kid. Not because the film was actually scary. I think I was just scared because I was actually disappointed in a movie, and I was scared about what I would become if I let that really get to me. I might become someone who just constantly complains about it on Twitter every single day. Might become one of those people. That's what made me scared. I was like, oh no, don't let me become one of those. Even in 2001, I was thinking of Twitter before it was even a thing. That's how forward thinking I was. Nope. Hot Creamy Fart says, what would Grant having a brother matter? He's probably a Prototrish. Wait, hang on. What, Grant having a brother? What the hell? Oh, it's because Jurassic Production says, do you think Alan has a brother? We don't know much about Alan's family, do we, really? That's not right. Alex Allen says, so how many episodes do you have planned for Dino-Defenders? 5. And I'm working on episode 4 right now. So there's this one and then one after this one and then it's done. Finished. Finito. Put a cork in it. Put a fork in it. Sorry, not a cork. Put a cork in it means sharp. Put a fork in it. It's done. That said that I can't guarantee how long these episodes are going to be. Cool. Right now, I'm going to use this layer to draw the arms and the leg. We're just going to keep the leg down there and not really change it too much. Are you planning on releasing a supercut, Jackass Tom? Yes, yeah. I'm going to combine all the episodes. And I'm debating adding in extra scenes and stuff like that. And I'll definitely be tweaking some of the animation in some scenes and some of the shots, but yeah. Drakenhart's trying to troll us all by saying, do you think Chris Pratt will get Alan Grant back for the Raptor Claw prank he pulled on Chris in the excavation site this time around? He ain't that kid, so... Drakenhart, I can 100% tell you that kid is not Chris Pratt's character. And you can ask everyone in the chat that you can trust me. Tom says, Dino-Defenders Director's Cut would be awesome. Be fun to hear a commentary of the process you put working on it too. A commentary would be... I think I'll probably do something like that, but at the same time, you've got so many of these live streams that, like... The behind the scenes of Dino-Defenders is almost like crazy. The thing I want to do is create like a PDF making of book. But in terms of like behind the scenes videos, commentaries, all that, I don't know. I don't even know what I'd say that I haven't said like a million times. Actually, no, maybe more story driven commentary might be, you know, talking about the story a bit more. Might be interesting. I have thought about it though. I'm not ruling it out. I'm just I'm thinking out loud. Oh, do you guys want to see the final shot that we were working on last time? What we were working on. I'll show you it finished because it was awesome. There you go, check this shot out. You ready? We'll make it full screen. Here we go, check this out. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Play it again. Yeah. Look at that. Badass monster coming around the corner there. Tom Jurassic says, PDF would be fun if you export it as an interactive PDF and host online somewhere. You could have index page linking to all the live streams you did. Yes. I was thinking of doing something like that. But I also want to like make it so you can print it off as like a physical version. Hello, Siaka. Jurassic Production asks Jack, is there going to be a huge guy that knocks over the blue eyes? I don't quite know what you mean. So Sorry, man. Get this like this. So I just got done watching The Lost World with my little one in 4K, and she just likes when the T-Rex roars, because whenever the T-Rex roars, she goes like this with her mouth, and which is very cute. Like when they're in the high hide, it's like, we're completely safe up here, and you hear the T-Rex roar in the background. She looked at me like, oh, I know that noise. It was very cute. But I have to say, Lost World in 4K looked really nice. That's the first time I properly sort of sat down and observed it in 4K, and it looked really nice. Just the only thing is, there's a fair number of effect shots that don't hold up well under the scrutiny of 4K, and it's not like saying that it's not saying it's like made the film any worse, but because I'll still watch it in 4K. It's just, it can be a bit jarring if you're not used to it, because we've all seen it like with blurred VHS or DVD, or dare I even say it, some Blu-ray. But 4K seems to bring out all the all the floatiness of a lot of the CGI, especially during the roundup sequence. And even the compies at the beginning. Jurassic Era says, since you've owned Universal since DPG, have you met Colin Trevorrow or Steven Spielberg? I mean, Universal owned the DPG you made. I've met Colin many times. Many times. I talk to him a lot. A lot more than he'd probably like, I think. But I've never met Spielberg, but I've seen Spielberg in person. We were doing it was after the Fallen Kingdom premiere, because he was there. I didn't see him at the premiere, but we, me and the DPG guys, we went on the Universal Backlot tour at Universal Studios. And we're going around in these trolleys, go around, where you do the 3D King Kong bit and the Jaws, and you see Norman Bates come out of the motel and all that sort of stuff, and you go through the War of the Worlds set, that backlot tour, and we're going along, and on our side of the trolley, right next to the trolley, there's this golf cart with a guy just sitting on his phone, and we all look at him, and we're like, oh my god, that's Spielberg, and Yaroslav just goes, Steven, like that. It's really loud. Just Steven, like this. And he just turns, looks at us all and goes like this. And we're all like, and that's it. So I've seen Spielberg in person. I've met Colin many times. Me and Colin have, I don't want to say friends, but not close friends, obviously. We're acquaintances. Tom Jurassic says, did you catch any interesting details? I'm still shocked we've spotted that tent when we watched Jurassic Park 3. The only interesting sort of detail I noticed this time around that I hadn't really noticed before, and bear in mind I was with my baby, so it wasn't like I was watching every single second of it. I was watching her, playing with her, and then dipping in a little bit like this. Was when Roland grabs Sarah's hand as they come up onto the cliff, and you see all the everyone on the side of the cliff. I've never noticed to the right of the screen, Burke is kneeling down, checking out one of the Tyrannosaur footprints. I believe that's what he was looking at, like he's studying one of the T-Rex footprints on the ground. Or he's looking at the evidence around that they've been there, so I'd never noticed that before. Mike Thumb says, I bet it was a stunt double. Yeah, it's just a fake Steven just sitting there. Jurassic Hero says, I hope you'll be a cameo in Jurassic World Dominion. That would be awesome. I can give you 100% guarantee I won't be. We were... I'm not saying we would have, but we were invited to the set before COVID hit. So we were going to go to the set and see filming and stuff. And, your mind wanders. I was like, I wonder if they'll give us a cameo like in the movie. You wonder that sort of thing. J.A. Bayona didn't know us. So like working on on Fallen Kingdom, going to the set, I wasn't expecting getting a cameo or anything there. But this time with Colin, how much he knows us and stuff, I was like, I wonder. But then COVID hit and everything changed. And it's kind of one of those things where you're like, I don't want to dwell on the what if too much because it's pointless. But yeah. No, my cameo in the movies is resulted to uncredited consultant. Like without myself and Tim, you wouldn't have the volcano being called Mount Sibo in Fallen Kingdom, and you wouldn't have you wouldn't have the mention of sauna in Fallen Kingdom without myself and Tim. So like that's our cameo, helping the movies be more cohesive. Right, now I need to do the same. Duplicate that again. You know what, I'm actually going to open its jaw a lot more. Stretch its neck out more though. Like this. How long do you spend animating? Asked Alec Allen. It depends on, well, a long time. I've spent years animating this cartoon, but to get like a shot down, it depends on the length of the shot really. Like this one is actually going to be like, I don't know, maybe up to 3-4 seconds long, if that. And I might be working on this. I mean, I've got most of it done, so hopefully I should get this done by tonight. So it'll be a few hours. But yeah, it all really depends on like what the shot is. It can take like no time at all. I can get shots done within an hour if it's really simple animation. Siaka says, it's an interesting legacy. I was listening back to the character in Aftermath talking about Sibo. However, how are we meant to pronounce it? I have no idea, even though, whatever. It's neat the little stuff from the franchise gets to live on. I love doing stuff like that. It's like how I can't remember where it was. Is it in the book, the Jurassic Park book, where the volcano is called Mount Hammond by the staff? Have I got my facts correct there? Obviously, as a homage to that, we mentioned that the employees nicknamed it Mount Hammond on the DPG website as well. So even in the like hard canon that lives on, like the alternate name for the volcano. I could see the little one rubbing her head. You go back to sleep. Yeah, she's asleep. Mike Tharm says, if you could have had cameos in the original trilogy as your 2021 self, Jack, who would you want to play and what would their backstories be it a new character, extra lines? Oh god. You mentioned the original trilogy, so that's a good question. Who would I want to be? I probably won't talk about like a backstory because I don't know if I have the brain power to come up with like a backstory, unless I just think of something stupid. But I don't want to be someone chased in San Diego, maybe. Hello, On the Job Filmmaking. Tom Jurassic says, Jack, how do you feel seeing the DPG skins in Jurassic World Evolution 2? I bet that was awesome. What you mean for the vehicles and stuff? Yeah, that was pretty cool. What actually surprised me more was like the details from our website that I wrote that appeared in the like. I know there's so far I only know of one, but it's in the species field guide for the Triceratops. Like they mention how many were bred on Nublar and stuff, and that's exactly what's written on our website. So someone's done their homework there. That got me excited. Yeah, it was cool seeing the DPG trucks and that. Right, what am I drinking tonight? Vanilla Tranquility black tea. Okay. No alcohol tonight. I'm on Baby G. That is a tasty black tea. God, loud old pen. Tom says, I'm excited to see what else makes it into the game. Hopefully some of the other scenarios take more details from the viral websites too. Yeah, I mean, of course I hope for that sort of stuff. Always makes me smile. Jurassic Hero says, does Colin Trevorrow handle criticism, especially invalid and harsh criticism, or does he really suffer the same fate as George Lucas after making the Star Wars prequels? I don't think he's anywhere near where George Lucas was making the Star Wars prequels. Colin seems to... He gets nervous when he wants to show off his work, but that makes sense because it's like with a massive Hollywood movie with a budget like, you know, what they work with. Of course he wants to make sure that, you know, he's spent their money right. but no, he doesn't seem to take criticism badly. If anything, from what I know of the guy, he seems to be like, I'll just do what I want to do because I want to tell my story, which is like, you know, good on him. Hot Creamy Fat says, we watched Crichton's interview about Prey and I couldn't help but get the audiobook. No surprise, it's great. Yeah, Prey's awesome. It's freaking morbid though. Siaka says, you told them to frame Return to Jurassic Park as a what-if scenario, if I recall. Yeah. Well, they said, like, they basically asked us, like, what our thoughts were. They said, we've got this storyline where Grant and Malcolm and Ellie go back to Isla Nublar and help Hammond rebuild Jurassic Park. And they were concerned. They were like, how do you think fans will react to that? Because, you know, it's going against canon and, you know, these characters wouldn't do this and all this sort of stuff. And basically our answer was like, are you kidding? The fans are going to freaking love this sort of thing. But if you're worried about like its relationship to canon, if you mention somewhere in the game that it's a what, like, and we use the word what if scenario, like what if this happened, like just pretend, then no one's going to care. And no one's going to like think, oh no, they're trying to like rewrite the canon or whatever. Which is stupid when it comes to like Jurassic World Evolution 2 or Evolution in general. And then the next thing you know, we're watching the game's released and they literally write in the description of the Return to Jurassic Park DLC a what if scenario. So it's like they just took our words and used them literally. So Hot Cream Fat says, still working on Through the Dark and the Dawn, but I read it far slower than I listened. Just got to the Carno Riders. Ah, so like the attack on the city, right? Is that the bit you're at? Like the surprise terrorist attack on the city? Siaka says, honestly, I feel like Jurassic Park 3 scenario could only adapt the viral websites because the only authority figures in the films are the military. Yeah, I have no idea what they're going to do for that. I would like to think they want to do something with what we wrote on the websites. That would be awesome. If they do that, like, for example, like I've been saying, you know, I'm not sold on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Like, the game looks amazing. It's just the gameplay. It's not my cup of tea. But, you know, I'm kind of... my ego goes, well, if they've made an entire campaign based around something you write on the viral website, you're going to have to get it. So... so if that happens, then I will buy it straight away, and stream it. But... yeah, I'm more interested in watching other people who enjoy the game far more than I do play it. Like the Gaming Beaver. I've been watching the Gaming Beaver's playthrough of the what was released for the Chaos Theory mode, and it looked fun, but it looked fun for him. It didn't look like it'd be fun for me if I played it. I think I'd be bored. And I watched a bit of Clayton's one, and I have to say sorry to Clayton, but I thought he was going to do like a commentary over it, so I was really excited to get his thoughts on it, but I believe, as far as I could tell, it was just the gameplay, and I was like, oh, well, I don't really want to watch that. Jack, I'm recording a podcast with him in an hour, says Tom. What, Clayton? Oh, Claytorino. Oh, Beaver. Yeah, I was watching Beaver's live stream yesterday. He was painting Warhammer, and I was asking him questions about that. And I said to him, I asked him, had he ever played the Jurassic Park 4 mobile game, and would he ever play it? And he said, oh, I liked someone's video who'd done a video on it, and I've yet to sort of like look into it, but it seems like something he wants to look into. And as far as I know, I'm the only person who's ever streamed it or done anything like that, as far as I can tell, unless it was like someone's playthrough of it. Without streaming it, but I like to think that he was using my video as reference. I just think he'd find that funny, that game, and interesting. Yeah, would be fun to get him on this stream. I'd like to have a conversation. I've streamed with him. I went on the Isle. I played the Isle with him. You, Steve, and James. I think you were streaming the Isle one time, and the Gaming Beaver was with Clayton, and then I joined in just to chat. But I've never actually properly sat down and talked to the guy. I know I WhatsApp messaged him to clarify that I'm not Jack Delamere, because he for a time he kept referring to the DPG content as stuff that the Outpost team had done, and I was like, I don't, as much as funny as that is, I don't want to take away credit, but at the same time I'm like, he kept getting me and the other Jack confused. Gary Pfeiffer says, I take it the Megalosaurus is falling backwards. I'll tell you a fun fact. I actually animated the Megalosaurus falling backwards, like completely backwards, and it didn't look right. So I've actually gone back to this shot, deleted half the frames, and I'm starting again from the middle, and I'm doing it differently because it looked too weird. It didn't look right. So this is actually take 2 of this frame. Tom says, wait, you're not Jack Delamere. I need to leave the stream now. Mike Thumb says, Jack, would you be game to get me on some evening to talk about my work's Kickstarter? Yeah, at some point. We won't do it tonight, but yeah, we'll get you on one of these streams. Right, so that's gonna lift up. Oh. Right, now I'm going to do a completely new frame. So Big Shark says, no, you just cut pieces that could be deleted scenes content. Dude, I've got it saved. I'll show you. You see what I mean? It goes, and then it just goes completely like, and then I didn't animate the rest of it because the camera's meant to be moving, so you wouldn't see it, but it just looked too weird. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gown. So now, what I'm planning on doing is having the so now it's like gonna go. I can use the old Buck Rex. He's like, don't let me die again. So now, like, let's say this is the shot. It's going up, roaring, and then gonna go. So it's going to go, I don't want to hit the mic. I'll do it this way. So it's going to go up, roar, and then its body is going to fill, and it's going to go to the side. So up, roar, like to the side. Hello, James. Please just say Owen Grady and not the actor's name. It gets on my nerves, says Jurassic Hero. Oh, he's talking to someone else in the chat. Jack, have you messaged Colby yet? No. No, I don't even know. How would I message Colby? I don't have his... his Instagram, I guess. I was listening to his bloomin' DJ sets after that stream. That was a good stream. That was a really good stream. On Jurassic Unicast channel, last night. It was fun to listen to someone who's acted in the Jurassic movies rank the scenes. And he was dishing out some pretty interesting little tidbits of information. Oh, you know what? The jaw needs to be a little bit more... This is all learning. Right, why isn't this looking right? Get rid of that. The good thing about movement in this, though, is that, like, if I make like a mistake, I can blur it, which helps hide some of the inaccurate stuff. Hello everyone, who have we got here? Draxo Adventures. I just finished chapter 3. This is an awesome series, can't wait for chapter 4. Thank you very much, man. Glad you've been watching it. See you later, Tom. He says, right, I'm disappearing for a bit. Enjoy the rest of the stream, guys. Keep up the great work, Jack. This is looking awesome. And I'm very excited for episode 4. Thank you, man. And say hi to the Gaming Beaver. Have fun chatting to him. On the Job Filmmaker says, do you know you're going to finish episode 4 by December, or are you worried you won't finish by then? Oh, I'm worried I won't finish by then. I actually don't think I'm going to make that date. But I would rather the episode get done right and be late than get rushed out and not be right. So there's a very slim chance I will get it done by December, but I'm not holding my breath. Draxo Adventures asks, who else thinks the Megaraptor is the coolest raptor? Megaraptor is awesome. I love just doing these like really over stylized big teeth. They're just really fun to draw. What's your thoughts on the casting of the new Mario movie? I don't care what people say. I just can't wait for the new movie to come out. Asked Jurassic Hero. I honestly have no idea. Except for like everyone saying Chris Pratt is going to voice Mario, which I'm fine with, doesn't bother me. I'm not really fussed about the Mario movie, but I don't really know much about it anyway. Like, that's all I know from everyone talking about it. Big Shark says, this year for Halloween I'm going to watch The Crow and Gary Oldman's Dracula. You know what, I've never watched The Crow. It's one of those films I've always wanted to get round to watch, but I've never found the time to do it. So maybe this year I'll be joining you, watching it. I've watched, what have we watched so far for Halloween this year? My wife and I, we started the Halloween season with Spielberg's War of the Worlds, which obviously I love. It's a fantastic movie. And then we watched Us, the Jordan Peele film, which was all right. It was good. You know, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but like they had me with the premise without needing to explain the backstory of the premise, and when they started to dive into like the backstory of the premise, it became so convoluted. It was like, why did you? It was like it over-explained itself. I was like, you didn't need to. The mystery was enough to keep it interesting and tense. It was a good film up until that point, and then after that, I was like, yeah, this is just like trying to explain everything, and it doesn't need to. And then we've watched It Chapter 1 from 2017, the remake of It, about the clown, the monster. And I have to say, I loved that It Chapter 1 more than I was expecting. Like, I really enjoyed that movie. You know, it wasn't like the greatest thing ever made, but like I enjoyed it way more. And I think it helped like with the hype being died down, because I know there was a lot of people talking about that film when it came out and stuff. But like watching it now, really solid movie from start to finish. I wasn't that scared, but you know, like I said, I've got a bit of a tough skin when it comes to that sort of shit. But I enjoyed it. It was a good film. It Chapter 2 was alright, but much like Us, it was over-explaining everything, and it didn't need to, and I kind of felt like you could end the story at the end of It Chapter 1 and it still works. So like, in my It headcanon, it ends at It Chapter 1. But It Chapter 2, as its own movie, it was alright, but it was just so jarringly, tonally different at times. That, and even though it was directed by the same guy and they made it like almost the same time, it's like very weird that it went down that route. There's like a bit where like a zombie vomits on someone and then this song kicks in while it's happening. Not a zombie, this leper. And they're like vomiting on this person's face. And the scene was like hugely tense before. But then this song kicks in out of nowhere. It's not like the character knocks over a radio or something and then this song comes on. It's it just comes on the soundtrack, and it's like comedic, and then it lasts for like, I guess, less than 5 seconds. It lasts. This song comes in and then it leaves, and it was just like, who's editing this movie? But anyway, don't want to go on too much of a rant about that. But it was alright. It was okay. It was worth a watch. Don't quite know why it was 3 hours long. But there you go. Or 2 hours 50 minutes, or whatever it was. I think that was it. I think that's all we've watched. War of the Worlds, Us, It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2. Yeah, and we've got many films to watch to catch up on. We want to watch, so. I saw a question in the chat I want to answer. It's from Jurassic Unicast. He asks, love War of the Worlds. Jack, what was that Twister book? Well, let me show you. I've got it right here. So the most sought after Michael Crichton book that I've been trying to get for years is Twister. Twister the book. He wrote the movie screenplay, and that's what this is. This is the screenplay for the movie. So if you open it up, it's literally the screenplay but done as a book. But like the way this is designed and everything, like looks like a lot of the ones I have on the bookshelf for his other books. So I was like, oh, I need to own Twister the book, because you know, and it's a little bit rare. Can be quite expensive at times to get, but I managed to pick this up quite cheaply, and I found it. It's got an intro from, I haven't read this yet, but it's got an introduction by Michael Crichton. And it was published in '96 when the film came out. But one thing I did notice when I flicked through it was that the character Joe Harding, who's played by Helen Hunt in the movie, in this script, or this screenplay, she's called Jo Wilder, if you can see that. So she's got a different name. Jo Wilder. So that makes me wonder what else might be in here. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you read a script for a movie, if you read it from start to finish non-stop, it should be approximately the same length of time as the movie itself. So like, for example, when I read the Jurassic World script when I was when pre-production was going on for that movie, it took me about 2 hours to read the script from start to finish. So I'm thinking this will probably be about the same. So I want to take 2 hours out of a day one day and just sit down and read this from cover to cover, and get back to you guys on what it's like. But yeah, I'm so happy I own this. It's awesome. Right, what are you guys saying? Draxo Adventures says, I feel like if he made a collector line of characters and dinosaurs, like the man, I go for his name for his little green dino, or Jess, or John, because if he did, I would buy it in a heartbeat, says Draxo. Oh, you talk about if there's a Dino-Defenders action figure toy line. Yeah. If I had all the money in the world, that'd be happening. Oh no, I can see that the baby has ejected the dummy from her mouth and it's lying next to her. Now she's still asleep. But this could mean she could wake up any moment from her sleep. Like if she stirs in her sleep and wants comfort, like she wants the dummy, she might start crying for it, and that means I have to go in there in the pitch black, fish around in the dark, and hopefully don't poke her eye. Grab the dummy, put it back in her mouth, and get out of there before she wakes up even more. It's this whole like strategic operation. On the Job Filmmaking says, I only have 2 problems with War of the Worlds. 1, the son surviving, and 2, the fact that he kills the man in the basement. I don't have an issue with either of those. I don't know, what's your issue with the man being killed in the basement? Like, to me, from a storytelling perspective, the son surviving is Ray's reward for doing the thing that no one thought he could do, but he managed to achieve, which is get those kids to the mum in Boston. From a narrative perspective, you know, everyone doubts him as a father, everyone doubts him as being competent and all this sort of stuff. You know, he's fixing a car engine on his kitchen counter. He's he's barely got any food in his fridge. He's aloof. All this sort of stuff. He hasn't changed his kid's bedroom from when they're like really young, like so they sleep in the same room. Like he's a bit incompetent, right? He's not up to scratch. But he manages to get his kid all the way to Boston through this nightmarish scenario, and he let his kid go, the son. He let his son go because he sort of had to let him grow up and had to trust him. And so when he reaches the parents' house in Boston and the son is alive, that's like the movie's way of rewarding that character. You know, and you got to think we followed the dad's character, right? The dad character. We follow him through all of the movie, and the son is very much like the dad character because he's his father's son. And so the dad surviving is fine because we know what happens, but the son surviving, we don't know how he survived that scenario. It's up to our imaginations, but you know, it really shouldn't surprise us because he's his father's son, you know? He's resourceful just like his dad. And I watched that film in 4K the other day, and that film looks great. Great. There's sort of one shot of some fire and stuff where it looks a bit oof, but no, that held up nicely. Are you bothered by Rachel's scream? I'm not. She's just a little kid who's having panic attacks, and people's arguments against her is immature and subjective criticism, says Jurassic Hero. No, I have no problem with the girl screaming. She's a girl. Like that's what that's what they do. On the job filmmaker says, I feel that Tom Cruise, he's just an everyday guy going through the apocalypse, and the guy in the basement is just making too much noise, and so he kills him. It just seems out of character for me. Well, I mean, technically it is out of character because he's never killed anyone before, but you've got to remember he's willing to protect his kids at any cost. Like earlier on in the movie, we see him pull a gun out on a crowd to get his daughter back out, or to get his son and daughter away from get the crowd away from this car, you know. And so, like, you gotta ask yourself, if someone suddenly lunged forward to try and you know, take the car when he's pointing the gun at the crowd, do you think Tom Cruise would have pulled the trigger to protect his kids? I think he would have. So, like, he was willing to take a gun around with him for protection. Like, he's willing to do anything to keep them safe. And I think any dad would. I know I would with my little one. That's your primary role as a father, is protector. As a man, that's a man's primary role. Protector, just in life. Hot Cream Fart says, I had the good fortune to see War of the Worlds at a local drive-in on a stormy night. Awesome. That's cool. Hey, it's funny we're talking about how scary Jurassic Park is. Here's something for you. Spielberg's War of the Worlds is one of the films that I would put in my top 5 scariest films for me. There's something about that movie, and I think I've explained it before in the commentaries for it that we've done on this channel. But there's something about that film where I don't know why, like, my heart starts racing in certain scenes in that movie, especially like when the storm arrives over Ray's house, and like there's no music, you could just hear like the everyday bustling street outside, and they look up and see this like round, like circular cloud over his house. From that moment on, up until like the point where Ray goes home and he's covered in dust after seeing the first tripod, like that whole sequence has me just like on the edge of my seat. And then there's the bit where later on they're on the ferry and it gets tipped over by the tripods. Like the scene just before that when the tripods arrive got me at the cinema. Not so much now. For some reason, that scene doesn't hit me as much as it did back then. But in the cinema, I remember that freaking me out. Like seeing that tripod come over the hill was like almost silent until it crushes that tree, and then everyone turns around. But what was I going to say? But the scene, yeah, when they tip over the ferry, and then Ray and his kids climb up that hill. And they look, and the camera swings around and looks over the entire like valley, and all you can hear is like air raid sirens and people screaming as they're being picked up by these things, and it's just the sheer hopelessness of humanity in that shot. That still gets to me. Like whenever I see that sends like a chill down my spine. I'm like, that is horrible. Something about that movie just gets to me more than others. Like I can watch full-on horror movies and you know, films about real life things happening, and they don't get to me as much as that for some reason. Okay, we want to make that like this. Hello, Neil Finart. Seems I have a new frame to draw, the Megalosaur. I like this frame. My dad and I were talking about this film earlier today. We both love the opening, but we aren't too fond of the second half. On the job filmmaker says, I love how the invasion just happens. It's a normal day and then it happens. Yeah, love it. And I think I was talking about this on a previous stream. I can't remember now, we've done so many, but I was watching the old 50s War of the Worlds. You know, the 53 one. And I don't know why I didn't click before, but Spielberg's film is actually a remake of that movie. There's so many shots in that film which are like straight up from the 53 version. I'll pull some up in a second, actually. Cool, and that works. Just save this. Yeah, let me just pull up War of the Worlds 1953, which I've got on DVD. Great movie. A really good adaptation of War of the Worlds. So, where is it? There's a whole section of this movie. Where is it? I saw a picture of it not too long ago. I mean, for one, the ray guns, the things that kill people in this old film, like they look exactly like the things that come down and open up their eye to look in the basement of Spielberg's version. So you've got that from a design standpoint. It's the same. And then, oh, why can't I find a shot of this? Actually, let me Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Let's see. Oh my god, I'm looking at images of it and it's just so freaking cool. I love this movie. Oh, why is there not a good picture of it? What do you call it? Probe? Is that what you'd call it? Yeah, there you go. So you've got like this shot of this probe. Oh, not that one. That one. So like the probe from the Spielberg version, and then the shape of that one, and then you got the eye, and then not only that, you can see this shot here. There's in the old 53 version, there's an entire sequence set in this house in a basement, and a probe comes in, looking around, and look at these shots. There's a bit where a woman turns around and one of the probes is like looking at her, and it's just like the shot when the girl wakes up, and there's the probe looking at her. So, and you've got the three eyes looking in like this, and then in the 53 version, after they send in the probe and they look around for a bit, the probe leaves, and then the aliens come in to like scout the house, and that's exactly what happens in the 53 version. And then War of the Worlds 1953. Let me just see if I can find a picture of this. No, I'm not going to be able to find it, but there is a scene in the 53 version where the probe is in the base in the house, scouting around, and the main character, the guy, grabs an axe and cuts the probe into two sections. And I don't know if it hangs off like it does in the Spielberg one. I think it does. And then it leaves out, and then the tripods start coming in because they know, or the aliens start coming in because they know that there's people in there. So the axe cutting the probe sequence is exactly that. And then you've got Spielberg's War of the Worlds. See if I can find this shot. I've got the scene, but not the shot. Where is it? trying to find the specific shot from Spielberg's World of Worlds. I wonder if I can find it on this. Nope. Let's see. That's annoying. Trying to find the specific shot from Spielberg's one. Blah, 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 blah. Let's try and find it. And now I'm determined. Ah. No, I can't find a specific screenshot from the movie. Let me just have a look. Anyway, I can't find the specific screenshot from the movie, but I've got this image. So there's this, you know, the ending of the movie where like the tripod is on the ground and then the hatch opens and you see the little alien's hand crawl out. Like if you remember that shot. And then in the 53 version, I wonder if I can find a better one. No, but this is probably as close as I can get to it. Here we go. In the 53 version, the exact same thing. The tripod falls down, a crowd is around it, they walk over, and this like the same exact hand design starts crawling out and then flops down like this. So like Spielberg was remaking this movie essentially. So it's well worth checking out. The 53 version is kind of scary in itself. Anyway, I've gone on a bit of a rant there. Hello, Michael Kingsley. I didn't mind the aliens' designs in War of the Worlds. In 4K, you can really see their like sort of aqua type blue colour. Big Shark says the only criticism I've heard about Spielberg's War of the Worlds is Morgan Freeman explaining how the aliens died, which I personally doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me because that's directly from the book. Like the opening monologues are the opening and closing paragraphs of the book War of the Worlds. No one would have believed in the early years of the 20th century that mankind was being watched by intelligences far greater than our own. Caden Shepherd, I guess it still wasn't as scary as the radio version that caused some panic. And even some rumoured deaths, but I don't know how true that actually is. I think that was just like urban legend, but like people actually thought there was an invasion happening in the Orson Welles version apparently. A modern remake of War of the Worlds in the COVID era might be interesting, says Hot Creamy Fart. No. Do you know why I say no? Because I want to forget about COVID. I've had enough of bloody COVID. I don't want it seeping into all my bloody movies. Need to move on from COVID. See you later, Jurassic Hero. Right, so now we're going to now blur. Perfect. Right now, let's go. Siaka says, the only thing I'm worried about with Jurassic World Dominion is that half the behind the scenes documentaries will be about COVID in some manner. Look, I'm not going to lie, right? I don't know anything about the behind the scenes of Jurassic World Dominion, so I'm quite safe to say this. If going by the amount of behind the scenes we got from Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom, it would be nice to even just have any behind the scenes stuff. You know? Like, what they've got on those Blu-rays and stuff is nice, but it's like, you want that, especially for Jurassic World, like, you want that big, like, explanation of how the road to getting to Jurassic World after all those years of waiting for Jurassic Park 4. It's like, you'd think they would have done a bit more of a comprehensive documentary about, like, how they got there. Which is why I did one for YouTube, because they weren't doing it. Okay, so move that jaw. Am I gonna make a kill count? What's a kill count, Big Shark? Siaka says, for real, Jurassic Park and the Lost World have like several hours worth of content and specials. Jurassic Park 3 has several, Jurassic World doesn't have a lot, and Fallen Kingdom has even less. Well, I'm not defending Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom when I say this, but for Jurassic Park and the Lost World, not so much Jurassic Park 3, because Jurassic Park 3's extra content isn't really anything more in depth than what we got for Jurassic World, really. But like, to be fair, you've got to think, the Jurassic Park and the Lost World, I remember the Lost World having a separate VHS for its special features, but they had some years to collect some stuff up. You know, it wasn't like we got the extras when Jurassic Park came out on VHS back in the day. When it came out on VHS, it was just the movie. That's all you got. But then we did get the Jodie Duncan books. So you could make that argument. But like, in terms of like actual documentaries and stuff, it'd be some years after Jurassic Park and the Lost World before we got the DVDs. So you got to think of that. Like, there's some length of time before then. On the Job asks, Jack, have you ever read Peter Blenchley's Creature? No, but I watched the TV movie adaptation of it some years ago. Oh wait, what am I doing? The head should be... There we go, that's better. It's funny trying to get this right. TO28 says, I love your creativity and imagination. Well, thank you very much. Oh, like every character animal that dies. No. I don't know. I don't know what I would do for a kill count other than say, this is it. Like, I think people can calculate the deaths and stuff when it's all said and done. Themselves. They don't need me to do it. Siaka says, I do understand, yeah, and when JP came out, it was like the biggest thing in the universe, so they were covering the invention of a lot of things too. Yeah, exactly. So the CGI, the tech, everything like that. You know what? I might need to tilt that body up a little bit, actually. Might be a bit too far over. Yeah, like that. On the Job Filmmaker says also Collateral is one of the best films ever. I love films that span one day or night. Yeah, that film is great. I love that movie. Like, regardless of what people might think of his private life, which I don't really give two shits about, I'm a big fan of Tom Cruise as an actor. I love a lot of movies he's in. Like, I was recently watching Vanilla Sky. That's such a good movie. War of the Worlds, the Mission Impossible movies are great. I watched Jerry Maguire not too long ago, which was pretty good. Seven deaths happen in episode 3, says Big Shark, because I count the Tanny. Yeah, that Tanny's dead. She's stirring. Her little mouth's going, looking for the dummy. Will Operation Dummy Retrieval get the green light? Oh, she is stirring. Her little mouth's going. I might go in there and give it to her before she does it. Before she screams. I'll be right back. It was a success. Managed to retrieve the dummy and put it back in her mouth before she started. She was in the dark going, looking for it like that. On the Job filmmaker says, if you like Collateral and Joker and Taxi Driver, you'll love Falling Down. I've seen all those movies. I really like Collateral. Joker, didn't really care about. Taxi Driver was pretty good. And Falling Down, I saw once. I enjoyed liking it. I remember liking it, but I can't really remember anything about it apart from like a Nazi in a shop or something. And I think I remember not liking the ending because the guy like kills himself or something, if I remember right. I'm just gonna eat an orange. Bear with me. Hello, Carlos Vega. Joker was overhyped, says Big Shark. Yeah, I just didn't get it. Like, I got the movie, but I just didn't get like what everyone was raving on about. Like, it was a well-made movie, well acted. Although it was funny seeing all like the mainstream media crying about it being like an incel movie, and you know, that was funny. So give it praise for that. This movie's gonna create incels. What a load of pansies. Smear merchants, that's what they are. Goddamn smear merchants. The cop shoots him. Suicide by cop. I need to watch that again. I will get round to it. Right now I'm all about, I've got my horror movies lined up. So I'm excited to watch, what have we got lined up? We've got so many movies lined up, but But we probably won't be able to watch all of them before Halloween, but we're so we've got like a big selection. I've got like the 7 Nightmare on Elm Street movies over there. We've got Evil Dead 2 and 3. I've got Evil Dead 1. It's just you want to start with 2 and 3 if we want to continue on finding out what happens to him, even though I've seen it, but if my wife wants to know, because I don't know if she has seen that. I don't know if she's seen number 3. I think she's seen number 2 because I think we watched it on Halloween. Sleepy Hollow's over there, which I haven't seen in a while, and I love that movie. The Tim Burton movie. The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. I haven't watched that in so long, so I want to get around to watching that again. Halloween 1 and 2, the originals, and Little Shop of Horrors, the one with what's his face from Honey I Shrunk the Kids, Rick Moranis. Oh god, I'm now gonna start. I'm laughing because there's something really stupid me and my friends say when we talk about Rick Moranis, and I'll save it for in a minute. I'll say it. It's one of those stupid sayings that now is going to probably be brought up in many streams going forward. Siaka says, how about Love and Monsters? Is that Netflix movie? I think we watched that, and I thought it was alright, and then it just became shit at the end with the crab monster on the beach. I was like, this is crap. The Dinosaur Man said, what happened to the Megalosaurus? Did she stub her toe? Something like that. And there was that weird bit in Love and Monsters with the robot. There's like a robot in the backstory of the movie which makes an appearance at one point, and it's just totally out of nowhere and pointless for the rest of the movie. I thought it was going to have some relevance, some big relevance to the plot, or have some more weight other than just a character for the main character to talk to, and be like a kooky visual. Yeah, it was alright. I started watching Pumpkinhead Skinny Devil Lord. I've never seen it before. I started watching it not too long ago, and then I think something happened where I got distracted and I couldn't finish it, and then I haven't got around to finishing it. I should. One of the films I want to watch this Halloween, which I've got to find to do, is Trick or Treat, or Trick or Treat, or whatever it's called. The one that's directed by Michael Dougherty, who did Godzilla King of the Monsters. I think it's by him. I've heard that's really good. I've never seen it. Caden Shepherd says the Tim Burton version of Sleepy Hollow is hilarious. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but it still has moments of genuine, woof, scary moments. Yeah, Trick or Treat. Yeah, I know it's a horror anthology. Yeah. But I think me and my wife are planning on having just a movie night for Halloween. Like we're gonna sit down, we're gonna invite some friends over, and when the baby's asleep, we're just gonna watch like maybe 1 or 2 horror films. Don't know which ones though. Oh god, I can see Dummy has ejected out of her mouth again. And she's now rolled over. Well, she seems okay for now. The ejections of the dummies. Oh yeah, what was I going to say about Rick Moranis? So I love Rick Moranis. So what I'm about to say is said in the utmost respect for the actor. I know he's not, like, he's had some tragedy in his life and stuff, so I don't want to, like, I'm not making fun of him or anything like that for that, but it's so stupid. Whenever my friends and I talk about Rick Moranis, it usually devolves into us just walking around going, Rick Moranis, smell my anus. Oh god. Make sure you watch Relic, says Big Shark. Oh yeah. If I get around to seeing it, I love Relic. It's a great movie. Rick Moranis, touch my anus. Rick Moranis, smell my anus. It's just stupid shit like that. Rick Moranis. Hello, Alex. He says, howdy ho, gang. I've arrived. Hello there. Carlos Vega says, the Witch with Anya Taylor-Joy. That one is superb. Is that the one that's called The Vivitch, or whatever it's called? The Vivitch, whatever. Whatever that one. Is that the one you're talking about? Jag, you should watch the trailer for Antlers. I will do. Ah, the miracle. She found her dummy herself. She sometimes does that. She'll shift around, find the dummy herself, and then pop it in. Saves us a job going in there. Alex says, I want a version of Wind in the Willows where Mr. Toad rides Aladar into battle against an army of French saber-toothed tigers throwing explosive cheese clumps. What? I'll have what he's smoking. Just the Witch by Robert Eggers. Great movie, very creepy. Huh. I don't think I've seen that. I've seen the Vitch, or the Witch it's called, but it's like the W looks like 2 V's, so people call it the Vitch. The Vitch. I think it's meant to be like you're scared, like, ooh, the Witch. I didn't rate that movie too highly. Thought it was quite boring. Scooby Schnack says The Lighthouse by Robert Eggers is beyond fantastic. Ooh, I went to the cinema and saw that. And it was alright. See, the thing about The Lighthouse, right, is it's one of those movies where it's trying to be cool. And to me, it's like, it just doesn't come off as that whatsoever. So, like, for example, so you've got this character, right, and he's going crazy. And you've got this lighthouse, and every now and then the lighthouse goes, makes this, like, loud noise that's, like, really grating on you, yeah? And it's like, oh, that's to make it like the character's going crazy because this lighthouse is driving him nuts. Like that noise. And I'm just sitting there thinking, why am I listening to this noise? Like, that's why I don't want to watch the movie, because why would I force myself to listen to that noise? It was like watching like a university movie, like an experimental university film. That's what it reminded me of. It was like, oh, what if he like walks him around like a dog at the end? It's like, all right. Scooby Snack says, hey Jack, by the way, I'm planning on animating the Jurassic Park novel versions on YouTube, but would that be something you would be interested in? Yeah, why not? How are you going to animate it? What's your style? Like, I feel like this frame has taken me ages to bloody do. This frame of this Megalosaurus. Let's just get this done. Let's add on. No, let's do the tongue, because the tongue I'm kind of going to have to do by drawing over this one. Bleh. On the Job Filmmaker says, Jack, what's a comedy you love? Like a comedy movie off the top of my head. Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, and Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. 2 films directed by the same guy. Both insanely stupid. But they tickle my funny bone. Really immature. But, okay, a good comedy series I love. Again, stupid, really immature. Police Squad. Which the Naked Gun movies are basically extensions of, but Police Squad was the TV series, and I think there's only 6 episodes of it. And it was cancelled back in the day because they said the comedy was too good, that there was too many jokes going on simultaneously. They said no one would get it, and like that's why it's so funny. If you ever get the chance to watch Police Squad, do, because it's so funny. With Leslie Nielsen. Rest in peace. Siaka says, I just witnessed someone react to Jurassic Park 3. You ever find it hard to believe that the Kirbys don't know there's multiple dinosaur islands? No, because you've got to think like how many things people don't know in real life. It wouldn't surprise me that like people get those islands confused. People get those islands confused. I guess it's not like a major event like dinosaurs being real in real life, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Even Udesky, so it's not just the Kirbys. Udesky didn't even know, and he's not even them. he's another person. So you're telling me there's 2 islands with dinosaurs on? Right, now we're going to grab the edge of this, like... Baby. Don't know if you guys can hear her. She's like grunting in her sleep. She sounds like a creaky door opening. Right, now we do the next one. siren going past. Siaka says, well, I guess technically the Kirbys don't specify, they just don't know which of the islands is Jurassic Park, which is fair because neither half of the J3 tie-in content. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the people who make the bloomin' movies and the content around them for Universal get stuff confused, so I wouldn't be surprised if people in the world of Jurassic would also be confused. But you'd think if you were going to go rescue your son, you would actually do the bloody research to make sure you're getting everything right. Dragon Heart says Jurassic Park 3 would have been better if they were on two separate islands, kid on one island and the search party on the other. That would be quite funny, actually. It's quite hard to wrap my head around this. Hang on a second. I can just use this Lost World T-Rex hand puppet. So it's going up like that, and then it's gonna fold down. Yeah. I think I'm doing it right, actually. Siaka says, I literally cannot imagine being an adult in a world without Google. Whoa. Well, I was a teenager in a world without Google. For a while. Like, we had the search engines and stuff, but the internet wasn't as prevalent as it is now with social media. It's funny to think, like, I was part of the last generation to grow up without the internet. Thank God, you know, I don't envy kids today with the internet. All I have to say to the kids is good luck to you. Good God. The amount of things that they have to deal with the internet. Ugh. Skinny Devil Lord said maybe the Kirby's already lost multiple kids on the islands, so it didn't matter to them on which one they'd go first and which one they would get first. I think this is the most amount of people we've had in a while, says Big Shark. Yeah, it's been a good mix of people as well. There's lots of new people to the streams here, but that's what happens when I stream on Saturdays and not Fridays. See, here's me thinking everyone, wants to go out on Saturday nights, and that's where they, they want to go out and party and see friends and all that sort of stuff on Saturday nights. And I'm picking Friday because it's the end of the work week, and, people tend to be in more on Fridays, but maybe I've just got it backwards. Maybe Saturday's the other day. Caden says, I wonder what people did for those hours when things like Facebook and Instagram were down for a few hours. They might have actually had to talk face to face with people or put down their devices. No, they'd just load up Twitter. That's all they would do. I think I might have made this hand a bit big. She's really stirring. Dragonheart says Jess is my favourite character. You made her face really cute. Right. You know what? Might actually turn the head up a little bit. I kind of get the sense that I've closed the mouth a bit too much. That's better. I'm really not bothered about how good this looks in a way, because I'm going to blur it, because this is where it's like properly falling, so this is going to be really blurred. So I just need to get sort of the rough look in there. And then, yeah. Oh, here's a film I ordered, which is on its way, which I've never seen before, and I'm going to watch over the Halloween period. It's John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. Never seen it, and I was recently watching Red Letter Media's ranking of the John Carpenter movies, and they covered Prince of Darkness, and I thought, you know what, I've never seen that. That looks pretty fun. So I ordered it, and I've got a copy on the way. I was looking for In the Mouth of Madness as well, but that's really hard to find a copy of in Region 2 cheap. I could probably get it Region 1, but I'd prefer Region 2 because my TV basically doesn't have an RGB cable in the back, and so I have to run it through an RGB converter to HDMI, and for some reason that makes things look really dark. So until I move, when I move, I'm going to buy an old CRT television and then hook my Region 3 DVD player up to that, and hopefully that won't need, that will brighten everything again. But I'd much prefer to get In the Mouth of Madness Region 2 so that I can watch it on my Blu-ray player and not have any issues. No, I haven't seen Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust in Drake and Hart. I've heard of it. I don't know what it is though. What's the best creature film you've seen? Says On the Job Filmmaking. Probably Alien. But if we don't want to go down the route of obvious choice, because it's a classic, and go for something more obscure, I would pick... are we counting like real animals, or does it have to be like a fictional monster? No, I haven't seen Hansel and Gretel with Peter Stormare, Big Shark. Says either. Okay, here's one for you. Rogue. Best crocodile movie as well. Rogue is a great film. Simple, to the point, good effects, good acting. Bish, bash, bosh. Done. Good creature feature. Another one for you, Ghost in the Darkness. That's a fantastic movie. Ghost in the Darkness, about two lions that supposedly killed over 200 people in real life, like based on a true story. Great movie with Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas, well worth checking out. I'll say it again, Ghost in the Darkness. Check it out if you haven't. Another good creature feature for you. The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. Fantastic movie. Jeff Goldblum's best film, in my opinion. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it here first. I think his best performance is in The Fly. Ghost in the Darkness is like two, you know, like the T-Rex duo arriving at the Indian campsite. You know, the scene where the T-Rex sticks its head in the tent. Like, take that scene from The Lost World and put it on for 2 hours, and that's Ghost in the Darkness. Gary Pfeiffer says, "Why are you sticking its tongue? Horror shows like this shouldn't have goofy, barely even funny scenes." Because in real life, tongues come out of mouths when things are, well, going through that. Going through what it's going through. Have you seen The Edge with Anthony Hopkins, one of my favourite survival movies? Asks Skinny Devil Lord. Yes, the one with the bear. I remember the bear attack sequence. It eats someone at the campsite or something, and I remember that disturbing me when I was younger watching it. I was like, oof, that was gruesomely real. And I think it was because they had a real bear, Bart the bear or whatever it was called. Oh yeah, The Host is a great movie. Says Carlos Vega. I agree. Obviously, we already mentioned The Relic. The Relic's a good one. Oh, I've got so many creature features going around in my head. Obviously, Tremors. Here's a classic. A recent one I'll put on the pile that I saw for the first time recently that I enjoyed very much is Orca the Whale. Orca the Killer Whale. That movie is pretty close to being as good as Jaws, even though it's about a killer whale. The Dinosaur Man says, I got rid of my Facebook, Instagram and Twitter about a year ago, figured it wasn't mentally healthy and needed more human interaction. Amazing how that has helped me with my communication skills. Dude, I salute you. I don't have Twitter or Facebook. I've still got Instagram, but that's only because I use it to post updates about Dino-Defenders and little knick-knacky things. I don't really use it as a social media platform outside of DMing people, like chatting to people in DMs who are like friends. I don't really go any deeper than that, barely go in the comments. But that's good to hear, man. I mean, I have WhatsApp, and that's owned by Facebook, and so it's Instagram. So, you know, saying not on Facebook, but technically you're still using Facebook services. But you know what I mean. It's like, whatever. It's not the like social media side of things. Big Chuck says I have nothing but YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's weird because it's not... YouTube's trying to be like social media, but it's not really, because it has like the content stuff, people making like videos and that. It's like, it's more you have to watch the videos rather than see like a post. They have like a social media aspect to it, but I don't think it's like being used as vigorously as the other platforms. Oh, and Discord, yeah. Discord's good, though. Carla says, I had fond memories of Lake Placid. I haven't watched Lake Placid in so long, but I remember the last time I watched it, I was like, no, this isn't good. Then I saw Rogue, and I was like, well, that's the crocodile movie for me. Rogue. On the Job Filmmaker says, after Jurassic World Dominion trailer comes out, I'm deleting YouTube. But don't worry, Jack, because I'll still be using this account to watch your streams. I'm trying to avoid spoilers for Dominion. Well, good luck to you. That's all I have to say. And trust me, you will enjoy that movie a lot more knowing the less you go in. That made no freaking sense. I'm tired. The less you know about that movie, the better, is what I'm trying to say, basically. Okay. Well, you know what? Before I blur that, copy that head. Oh no, wait! I need to delete that one there. Let's grab that. Grab the head, because I want to use that for the next one. This head a little bit rounder. Might make the head blurrier, actually. Right, now gonna close this guy's mouth up a bit more. Arachnophobia is the best spider movie ever. No spider film has ever come close to it, says On the Job Filmmaking. That's a great film. I may even put that in my Jurassic head canon. May. I said I would when I first saw it, but now I'm like, I need to watch it again to double check that I want to stick it in my head canon for Jurassic. Big Shark says I already have. Mimic, there you go. Hot Creamy Fart coming in with a great creature feature. Mimic is a good movie. Guillermo del Toro. Right, so firstly, let's get this where we want it to be. Nefanaz is colouring my Megalosaur sketch. Looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to that. Doing fan art. Skinny Devilord says, a creature feature that I love is Abominable from 2006. Pretty trashy, but pretty fun. Lots of practical effects. Love the ugly Sasquatch suit. You know what, I haven't seen that. He says, your dinosaurs are fun to draw. Well, thank you, man. If you want, actually, I can give you a really good reference for the Megalosauruses. If you want, I've got a picture of these. Yeah, here you go. This was a post I put on the Patreon, but if you want a good image of the male and female megalosaurs, there you go. Drakenhart says, I'm looking forward to the mysterious complex with yellow water pool I saw in the trailer. Wonder what secrets are. Nefinart said, I'll put a shot in the DDX chat on your Discord. Nice. I'll check that out later. Good for colour references, there you go. Now you see, now it comes back like that, it goes. I kind of feel like that needs to be a little bit further back. And then that does as well. Like that. And then this one could be down here like this. Maybe even a little bit further across. And this one down here like this. There we go, so what about that one? Let's just start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that 8? I feel like I need to duplicate 7 and stick it in between there. So then this 9, this one becomes M10, this one becomes M11, this one becomes M12, this one becomes M13, and this new one will be M14. But before we continue on with M14, I'm just going to go back and redo this. So, because going from there to there, I feel like there's something missing. So if I stick that in between, yeah, you can kind of see that. Alright. So let's get 10 up here. Let me just draw the lines on a new layer. So it needs to be, the good thing about doing one in between two frames is you literally just go the halves. So like in between both. So this hand will be here. Like that. And then this will be like I'm only doing it rough because in the head so like that. Okay, so now if I get number 10 and okay, move those two and then make this. There we go. So now what I need to do is tweak the entire head. Tweak it all. Anyway, I want to read your book, says On the Job Filmmaking. It'd be good if you did. Why not? I realised I drew my version with the correct wrist, says Neofinart. The incorrect wrists. Someone remember Baby the Secret from the Lost Legend, asked Carlos Vega. That's an awful dinosaur movie about the legendary dinosaur Mowgli. Mbembe from the Congo. I saw that on TV a lot when I was a kid. I think I've seen it like once. I don't know if I saw the whole thing though. Okay, so the head should be here. Is that where I said the head should be? That can't be right. Oh yeah, because it's kind of in between those two. Okay. All right. Stick the head there like that. Stick it. Okay, now just tweak the arms. So I'm just gonna stick them roughly. It's going to be a rough change because again I'm going to blur this one so it doesn't matter if it's like a little bit wrong. It's okay. Looks too much like a tyrannosaur from this angle, says Gary Pfeiffer. That may be, but when this is animating, you're barely going to see this. It's all going to be moving. do all that, and then I just need to move this finger. Move the finger. Right, now I might even... Oh god, what have I done? Oh, I need to get... that. Well, you know what, I might actually use that layer. Let me just delete that. Delete that. Delete this up until there. Okay, and then just blend those two. And call it M10. And then let's go ahead and give it an old bit of motion blur. Oh, lots of motion blur, there you go. Right, so now let's stick that in between there. So now let's see. Kind of bounces up, so ooh, ooh. Maybe that needs to be down a bit more then. Move that one along as well. Maybe it doesn't need a... Maybe let's try out a blur. You can kind of see by their noses sort of where it needs to go. There we go. I'm going to give it a little bit of blur. Maybe not as strong as before. There we go. Okay. Just gonna pretend I'm animating it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do this to the camera so I know that that's where I'm at, and then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, watch it. I'm gonna watch it back now. Nailed it. Right. Got it. Sometimes I miss, like, I'll be doing the eyes like this, and then I'll overstep one and be like that, and I'll have to go back and do it. But looking back on the stream, I could see it animating, so I could see if it worked. It did. Let's carry on. My God, that was a mission. That was like a side quest to try and get this to look right. Like if I was playing a video game. Basically, we had a frame missing, so I recreated it using another one, and then I had to get the angle of it coming up and then tipping over. So what are we doing? Oh yeah, creating a new layer. And now I'm sat back up, ready for action. Action time. Action time, yeah. I love when someone comes in who's never been on the streams before, and that's the first thing they see. Carlin Taurus says epic music. Thank you. Epic music time. Epic stupid drum sound time. I'm an idiot. Hello, Lewis. Skinny Devil Lord says Jack did all the 90s happy hardcore music confirmed. We need some of that in episode 4. Was it first that night? No, it was early 2000s music, like Fatboy Slim, that they always did stuff like this. They'd be like, that sort of thing. I'm always doing stupid beatboxing when I'm on my own. That's one of the things. Like, if I don't have something on, I feel like there might be something wrong with me. But if I don't have anything on in the house, like a movie, music, podcast, no matter what, like, you'll usually find me beatboxing. Like, just going around the house doing stupid beatboxing. Hot Creamy Fast says cue the BFG division. Best part is the video game music. That song is amazing. That's in my favourites. I think that's like everyone's favourite song ever. Neffenart says, in a shocking turn of events, Jack sung the song in the credits of Deep Blue Sea. Deepest, bluest, my head is like a shark's fin. Deepest, bluest, my head is like a shark's fin. That was the song, right? He said it with that much coolness. That much pathetic coolness. Deepest, bluest, my head is like a shark's fin. Meh. Ooh, I just got bad deja vu. Hot Creamy Fat says, I want the all beatbox cut of Dino-Defenders. How about pop boxing? I was about to sing something really stupid. Rick my anus, lick my anus. Rick my anus, lick my anus. That was the extent of the song. Ends there. Someone remixed that. It goes, Rick Moranis, touch my anus. I think it's safe to say I'm officially out of ideas on what to talk about. We're at this point of the Dino-Defenders live streams. Beatboxing Rick Moranis, touch my anus. Oh, jeez Louise. I'm wondering if I can just get away with duplicating this one now and putting it like maybe down like that. Yep. And then duplicate this. And duplicate it again. And then duplicate it again. Just have a little bit off like that. Right, okay, so now this is where the fun begins. Insert Star Wars meme here. You need some people on the stream with you, Jack. We're up to 16 people now. Need someone on the stream with me. To do what? Distract me from work? Hot Cream Fart. The protagonist of Prey, named Jack, really feels like the guy who studied over and was friends with Ian Malcolm. Jack rants about emerging behaviour from complex systems, enough to warrant the comparison. I can see that. Ooh. Right, I'll check that out, Neil Finart, afterwards. Right, so let's get all these back up. All of these frames. This is where the boring part comes into it, where we have to save all of these into their respective folder. Right, but however, we're up to 7, so I can delete all the way up to 7. Look at that. And the background. So we're just saving 10 images. So, file, save as. Call that M8, Megalosaur 8. Jack rants about emerging behaviour from complex. Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I've already read that message. Neil Finance says, by the way, Jack, is there any particular animals or prey the characters feed the carnivores in Dino-Defenders Extreme? Like deers and cow meat and stuff. What's my favourite animated movie apart from Dino-Defenders? Favourite animated movie? Yeah, that's a real tough one because there's so many I like. If I had to pick one favourite animated movie, I'll probably have to go with, because it jumped to the forefront of my mind, but I'm probably going to go with The Iron Giant. Okay, we're up to 10. My favourite animated cartoon show right now is this show, says Big Shark. I thought it might be. I had a sneaking suspicion. No one goes as deep as you go, man. File, save. It is M12. Transformers the movie is your favourite animated movie. Ooh. Right, file, save as, and we'll go 16. We're going to move over to the editing software so you guys can see me put this all together, see it animate. Once I've done this, you might lose me on camera while I do that. My gorgeous face won't be on camera. That's my What's his name? Why? I've got his last name. Mate. Marlon Brando, that's it. Marlon Brando. I wanted to say Marlin, but Marlon Brando impression from The Godfather. So, I'm gonna make him an offer. You cannot refuse. Yeah. Terrible. Right. Merlin Brando. Matt Brando. Right, now I'm going to save this as the editing copy. Okie dokie. Right. Now let's open up the old editing software. And hopefully my computer won't die on me here. So let's close that. Hopefully you guys will be able to see this. Okay, you're not going to be able to see. I'll stay on camera. But you won't be able to see much of the edit. Actually, no. You're gonna have to watch it. Where is it? Can I do this? Yeah, that works. But I don't want to do that because you're going to see spoilers first. So let me add in the files that I need. Now we go over to this one. Actually, I'm going to copy cam. Now we go over to this, and then I'm going to click paste. It's me! Okay, hopefully this will work now. So we're going to put this down. Let's see if this works. I'm just seeing if it does. Yeah, there you go. You can see what I'm doing, right? Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go like this, and we're going to go 1 all the way down to frame 18. Did that not work? We go 1 all the way down to frame 18. There we go. Bung those on top. And then we're going to highlight all those. Right click, go speed and duration. Now I usually put them at 0.000000002. And now something it does, like it splits up all the frames. It doesn't collapse them all, so I just have to quickly go ripple delete, 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 ripple delete. There we go. And then you can see. Oh, that's much better. What's good as well is if I drag that over, put that like this, what I can do is click position, scale and rotation, bung those. I think I'm actually over what I'm doing there. Let me put the cam. Let me put me down here, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing up here with the edit. So if I undo, so I've just highlighted this. I clicked position, scale, and rotation, the little clock, and that adds these little markers. So move those to the end. So now they're here. So it's going to look like this. It's going to be in this position when it reaches the end of its cycle. But if I drag that back to the beginning, and then tilt the rotation like this, put it down, and move it right in there, you'll see it'll do that. So now I can bring that close to here. How long is that going to take? Okay, even closer. That's actually pretty good. So now I want to find where those two markers are, which is like here, and then I can bring that all the way to the end there. Boom, and it brings those to the front. And now I just drag those to there. And now it should start down the here, like that. Perfect. She just made a little noise in her sleep. Skinny Devil Lord says, oh, see you later, Lewis. Hi and bye. Hope you have a good night. Skinny Devil Lord says, the Megalo looks cool as fuck. Would have been my favourite toy as a kid. Love the colour pattern. Carrie says, sun's going down in my neighbourhood. I ought to go out for a walk before Jack spoils another bit of Dominion. I have not spoiled anything of Dominion. Universal, don't get me. No, no. Now what I'm just going to try a little experiment here. So this one, and this one. So I'm going to bring those over here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go speed and duration and change them to 000, 000, 3. Get this one. 0000003. This one, right click, speed and duration 0000003. Boom. And then let's just, so it should hopefully linger in the middle a bit more, but I don't know how this is going to look, but it's an experiment, so let's have a look. Kind of like it. Gives it a kind of pause in the middle. Baby. Right, so I'm going to stop it there. So the reason I've got this space here is because we're going to rock the camera a bit. But first, I want to add in a bit of atmosphere. So you see, we enter the atmosphere frame like this, like smoke, and it's it's tiny. So we right click and go set the frame size. Boom! But now look, it's too much. And plus it's not the right colour for the light hitting it. Same for the dinosaur. So we're just going to add a bit of an orange tint. And turn that down. And then we're going to take the opacity and turn that down. You know what, I might want to make it a bit darker. Make it dark orange. And might actually make the speed and duration to literally 2 seconds. So I'm trying to condense that down to 2 seconds. There we go. Which is good. You know what, I might actually make that orange again. Wait, why is it not? No, I might make it just a little bit slower. 6 seconds. Cut the end off. There's actually a bit where the smoke clears. So like if you look, there's a bit here where the smoke like sort of blows out. That's actually nicer to have near where, there you go, like it matches like the dinosaur moving. So it's like the weight of the dinosaur is pushing the smoke out of the way. Yeah, that's much better. Sort of interacts with the dust. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just flick you guys back over to this window so I can save it. Export media. We'll save it as 2. Just 2. Hopefully that shouldn't take too long. And it's done. And then we're going to add it back into the same thing. And we're going to go back to this one for you guys. Right, so now I'm going to delete everything I've just done. Add in number 2, which we just made. Change the settings. So now we just made this look. Now what we're going to do, we don't need sound. Add the frame edge. The bars. And you can see again, they don't fit. What are you guys saying? The sun is going down. It's already midnight over here, and the sun is halfway around the globe by now. Hot creepy fuss is lol. She's singing. Yeah, she's like going in her sleep. Right click, set the frame size. Now this one, I need to always change the width and maybe the height to get it just right, because for some reason it doesn't cover it. Right, so now you can see we've got it with that, but we need it to be more actiony. So we're going to click position, scale, and rotation. This time we're going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to put it down. We're going to move it across. So the first instance, we've got those markers right there. And then we bring it up like this, and we want there to the full scale, and we want to basically bring it up, or bring it, let's be 100%. I'm going to bring it all out and bring it to the actual size of the frame, like so. So now it goes like that, and then we want to bring it down and across and in a little bit to get to there. We actually highlight those two, copy, paste. In the middle, we want to just bounce it. Just a little bit across, down like that. And then when it comes down here, we're gonna go those ones, and then we go 1 frame, move it down, 1 frame, move it up, 1 frame, move it down, 1 frame, move it up, 1 frame, move it down, and then highlight those, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Zoom in because we want to make sure. There you see, we've got a duplicate, so we want to bring that over like this. And then, actually, I want to just switch over back to this while I open up a file of open those two. And then I also want to open up, I don't know, let's do this one. Okay, so let's go back to this. Hopefully you guys like watching the editing phase of things. I'm going to bring this up. So we've got a few layers. We've got a dirt charge here. So we want this to be like if it hits the ground. We're going to go speed and duration. I'm going to bring it down to like 3 seconds. And we want it to set to frame size. So now it's like that. We want to take the opacity down. Haha. Okay, and I want to add a dust blowout in the middle. And we need to rotate that. 3D swivel. Up the scale. You can see the edge here, so we need to make it even bigger. We're actually going to put that. Now you see what? I don't like that, so we're going to try dust wave. Oh, that looks pretty good actually. Set to frame size. I just want to add multiple, like, we're going to change to speed and duration to 4 seconds. Just change the opacity down. Rose got a good shot, says Big Shark. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Oh, I noticed a mistake, like when it rocks, the edge here moves over. So we need to move that over just like that. And now it does it the other way. It does it there as well. You know what, I might actually zoom this out a little bit. You can see the tongue Gary was so worried about. It's not that cartoony, is it? Ooh, I can barely see it, but it's there. I'm wondering if, can I slow this down to 3 seconds? I wonder what that would look like. Just remove the dirt charges. I'm just going to experiment for a second, see what this looks like. Ooh, I kind of like that actually. But maybe a little bit quicker. Yeah, because it's not as... There's a bit more weight to it now. kind of feel like this needs to... Yeah, I don't like that middle, these. This, let's get rid of that. Camera. That's better. Done, right. Oh no! Oh shoot. I forgot to color grade the Megalosaurus. I wonder if I can just tint the whole image, and it might look quite good. I hope this works, 'cause if not, we're going to backtrack. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Watch it over and over again. Why is there something about the way it drops that I don't like? Maybe that needs to be moved along a little bit. Got it. That's it. Just gonna switch it back to this and go File, Export. Making sure it's okay. You know what? I might just redo it again. That looks great, by the way, but I might do that again. By changing the speed back to what it was. Wasn't it like 2? Yeah. So I might just change it back and just see what that looks like. Okay, let me render that out as a version. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is close all this. Nope, don't save, can't be bothered. Open up Photoshop. And then we're going to compare the two, and I'm going to let you guys decide what one do you prefer. I think I prefer the slower one. So let me open up this one. So this is the faster version, and then I'm going to open up the slower one. So, okay, I'll play the slower one first. Okay, this is the slower one. Okay, play it again. And here's the fast version. See, the slower one, when I play it right back from the beginning, it seems to work, but the slower one, yeah, I think I might go with the slower one. What do you guys think? I want to open up the original one. Who's the original one? Ooh. Who thought that would be? Why did I think that would be a good idea? Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, compared to this, much better. Yeah, let's go for the slow one. The second one is better. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to end it there. We got that one thing finished. Nice. And bear in mind, this is a shot that, like, I didn't think I needed, and then I had my shots laid out, and I've actually gone back and inserted this one into the area that I'm working on. So that's definitely going into the archives. Alright guys, well, thank you very much to everyone who came along. Thank you very much, Jurassic Unicast, for the tip. And I guess I might see you guys next Friday. I might think I'll speak to my wife and we'll look at our schedule. And I don't know, I kind of like streaming on Saturdays. And the way we've got like our rotation, our routine, sorry, not our rotation, although it is kind of a rotation, our routine at home, Saturdays might actually work out better. So I might change it to Saturday nights. But I'll let you know in the Discord. And yes, I might see you next Friday, but it might be next Saturday. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you later. Bye. I was trying to do a pop. No. There we go. Bye. Can't believe I screwed my pop-up. How do you get your pop wrong? How do you get your pop wrong on there? Everyone was watching. It's such an embarrassment. Oh, God. Jeez. Get your pop right next time, Jack. Get your pop right. Get your fucking pop right. Rick Moranis. Touch my